Alright, so I literally just recorded this entire video and then I looked at my setup and I was using the wrong mic. I was using the webcam mic, which is going to be a vastly lower quality. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to re-record the entire video, man, and I'm doing it for you guys because you're awesome. So today's video is going to be about art and games. If you're a solo developer like me, what you think about art, and are you going to be doing art in your game, and you know, just art. Started, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Joseph Abraham. I am a web developer and a game developer. The reason I'm making this channel and making these videos like this video, this is my second one of this type. The reason I'm making these videos is because I want to promote my game. My game is called Familia. It's a classic style RPG in the like of Final Fantasy 1 through 6, Super Nintendo era, with a little bit of a modern flair. Not too much of a modern flair. The game is currently available on Steam. If you want to check that out, that's probably the best way to support me. You can buy it, gift it for your friends. Okay, I'll stop talking about this now, and let's get on to the content of the video. I'm both a programmer and a gamer. I've been a web programmer since middle school. That means I make like websites, right? So my strengths are JavaScript, C++, HTML. I've also been an avid gamer since I was a little kid. Before I can remember anything, I remember being a gamer, all starting off with like the regular NES when I was playing Mario with my siblings, you know, and it's always been a big part of my life. About 6 months, five months ago, I ran into RPG Maker on Steam. I have used other engines like Unreal and Unity prior to learning about RPG Maker. But the thing I liked about RPG Maker is not only that it was somewhat approachable, because that really wasn't the issue for me. It was more the type of game that it makes you make was the kind of game I wanted to play. Furthermore, I'm a middle school teacher. As I would look at their games, I would be like, I can make games just like this, you know, by myself. I don't even need like a team or anything. I can do this. And that was when I decided I'm gonna make games. And I first made a couple really small ones that I've only showed a couple people, and then I started working on a longer term project, which is Familia, which I'm working on now, which I was talking about at the beginning of the video. And Familia has really kind of pushed me into a whole new realm where I'm actually pursuing being like an indie solo developer, which is really exciting. What I'm going to talk about now is my journey and how I went from, you know, being a web developer to becoming a game developer. And then furthermore, like as I'm a game developer, this is a very big thing that I realized. And the thing is that game development these days, in our current like setup with all the tools we have, it's about art. Game development is about art more than anything, okay? And you know, hold on, like don't get mad, okay? I'm just let me explain my point here. Okay, for me right now with Familia, the vast majority of my work hours have been spent on art. And it's like not even comparable. It's like 1 to 100, okay, have been spent on making art. Okay, I don't have limitations as a programmer. I'm very adept at JavaScript because I'm a web developer, and I just really have no limitations there. So it's not like I'm working on art because it's easier. The reason I'm working on art is because art is what I need. I don't need any of the coding stuff. I don't need any code. Furthermore, in regards to the point that, you know, art is kind of more of a necessity for indie games, if you've ever worked with Unreal Engine, which is one of the biggest engines in the world, you know, I don't even want to list off the games, but I guarantee you've played a gazillion games on Unreal. If you are a gamer, you can just Google that if you want to know more about it. But you can actually use Unreal pretty much and do the majority of what you want to do with Blueprints. Blueprints is like a code base kind of drag and drop, type out, not really needing to code system that you can use in order to, you know, call on functions and things in Unreal. So you can actually build a full-on commercial level game with zero coding. It's pretty amazing. I know I'm supposed to talk about art, so let's talk about art. art and programming. If you were to kind of distill down everything that is required in making a game and game development, it basically falls into two areas, right? There's art and there's programming. Everything in game development is basically one of those things. I mean, of course there's marketing, but we're talking about making the game, okay? So art and programming. In this post, I'm not saying that programming is less of a necessity than art. It's not. However, we have certain advantages as a modern developer. We are fortunate to be living in a time where we have access to near unlimited libraries of pre-built code, free engines, free frameworks, and free whatever. In 1990, we had to create most of our stuff for simple gameplay by today's standards. My game would have taken a team of 50 people in 1990, and it would be a full year of work. I'm nearly done in 6 months, and I'm doing it all by myself. A little bit of help with art, okay, but really it's a solo dev project. One thing that just surprised me about my game dev journey is that art takes a long time. And I feel that it's important to point out that I've literally spent the vast majority, more than 90% if I had to throw a number on it, of the time of the dev hours, which are thousands, by the way, thousands of hours, on art. I didn't create all of my art, I did have help, so that's saying even though I spent that much time, it's still not all the art. So there were actually quite a bit more hours in addition to that 90-ish% by other people, by another person, really. Other people if you count the RTP artists and the stock artists, because I am using stock art, so the art isn't 100% original. So that is how much time is being spent on art, right? I know that a lot of you are saying like, well, you know, you use RPG Maker, so you don't need to code. That's not why. That's not why I'm not coding. I know how to code. RPG Maker uses JavaScript, and I'm freaking awesome at JavaScript. I was actually more excited to use JavaScript, and I don't really get to use it barely at all. There are a couple times where I'll do like little lines of code, but I've literally spent maybe a few hours out of the thousands of hours on JavaScript. So it's not that I don't know how to code. I know how to code. I just don't need to because all the code is already coded. I just want to say that I wish I had known a little bit more about how important art is. That's why I'm making this video. When I started, I was like, oh cool, I know how to program, I know how to code, I'll make a game, it'll be fun, you know? And I was thinking that I would spend most of the time coding and programming. I couldn't have been more wrong. I've been spending all my freaking time on art, dude. That's all I do is art, 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 art. Another thing I want to say is don't be discouraged if you are not an artist and you're a programmer. Because art exists, you just have to find it. But if you're a programmer, I just want you to make sure that you're spending time finding it, okay? Either commission people, or if you can find stock art that fits your aesthetic, you know, you can find a lot of stock art that's already been made that people are not using or have never used. The vast majority of people have never seen, and it's beautiful, okay? That exists. I have a lot of that in my game in addition to the totally original art. Spend time on art if you're a programmer, okay? You know, if you're a programmer, you can probably make a lot of money programming. So program, you know, live in a smaller place, live in a place with 20 roommates, save up some money, and use that money on art. And then maybe your game will have a chance. Don't really do that. I don't want you, don't take my advice for, you know, life choices like that. But I'm just saying, like, save up some money and buy some art. So I hope you got my point. My point was that art is important, and I hope that you learn something and that this helps you. I hope maybe if you saw this video early on, you're like, oh man, I'm really glad I watched that video with Joseph in it, because it got me ready, got me thinking about what I needed to do as I got further along in my game journey. Okay, so that's it for our video today. Make sure you're subscribing. If you haven't, go check out my game on Steam. If you like Twitch, go watch me stream on Twitch. I literally stream like every day, so come say hi. I'm on Instagram. We're pushing for 600 followers by the end of the week. I think we can do it. We're at like 535 now, and it's growing pretty rapidly, so check me out there as well. I love you guys. Thank you so much for checking out my video. I can't wait to make another one. This is my second one in a row. I'm trying to make one every week, so please leave some comments below. Hit that like button. Hit that dislike button if you think I'm a frickin' donkey. Whatever. Hit something. Hit engage some way, somehow. I don't even care if it's positive or negative. Just do it, okay? Say I'm a jerk. I think I'm a jerk. So anyway, I'm trailing off. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching the video. Aloha. Yee! Bye.